So we'll get started in easy seat tonight. We're going to start with a pranayama practice. We'll do alternate nostril breathing. So what you'll do is you'll take your hands and you'll keep your pinky finger and your thumb out. We'll grab onto the right elbow with the left hand just for some support. And we'll start by closing the right nostril with our thumb, and we'll inhale through the left nostril. We'll hold our breath, and then we'll cover the left nostril with the pinky and exhale through the right nostril. Inhale through the right. Close the right and exhale through the left. Option to close down your eyes here. We'll inhale through the left. Close the left and exhale through the right. Inhale. Close the right and exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. And close the left and exhale to the right. Repeat this to your own breath now. We'll take 2 more rounds here. And return to your normal breath, bringing the hands to the knees. Maybe setting an intention here for today's practice. When you're ready, you can gently blink open the eyes, making sure you have room behind you, and we'll come lay down on our backs. We'll lift the right leg up, and we'll grab behind the hamstring, starting to warm up the legs here, keeping both feet flexed. Begin to externally rotate the hip by dropping that right leg down to the right side of your mat. Maybe bringing the left hand to the left hip. Back up to center, and we'll slightly drop it to the left just to counter the stretch. Inhale back up to center, and then drop the right leg down. We'll inhale to lift the left leg up, grabbing behind the hamstring, keeping both feet flexed. Making sure that you're not really pulling the leg, but it's just comfortably straightened. We don't want to hurt ourselves before we start our practice. We'll slowly open up that left leg, bringing the foot towards the outer side of the left mat, bringing the right hand to the right hip. bring that left leg back up to center. And then drop it slightly to the right side, not all the way down. Just countering the stretch. We'll inhale back up to center, and then we'll drop the leg down, bringing the soles of the feet to the mat. We'll take reclined pigeon here. We'll start by lifting the right leg and crossing the right ankle onto the top of the left thigh. We'll inhale to rise both our legs off the mat, and we'll bring the hands in between the legs, grabbing onto the back of the left leg, keeping our feet nice and flexed, feeling the stretch in the right hip and glute. Exhale, you can bring the legs down, uncrossing the ankle, and take some nice windshield wiper movements here. We'll come back to center. We'll lift the left leg up this time and hook the ankle onto the top of the right leg. Then we'll inhale to lift both legs up, bringing the hands behind the right leg, grabbing behind the knee, and flexing both our feet. This time you should feel the stretch in the left hip flexor and the left glute. As you exhale, we'll drop the legs and take those windshield wiper movements once again. We'll slowly rise up, cross the ankles, and roll over the shin bones, coming into a tabletop position, keeping the shoulders over the wrists and the hip bones over the knees. We'll take some fire hydrant movements here by slowly shifting the weight into the left knee. We'll hover the right leg, and then we'll open the hip up to the side for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We'll drop the knee and take that on the second side, lifting the left knee up for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Drop the knee back down. And we'll take some cat-cows here. We'll inhale to gaze up, dropping the spine. As you exhale, glance towards the belly button, flexing the spine. Inhale, bring the shoulder blades together, dropping the spine. Exhale, push the shoulder blades away from one another. Take a few rounds here to your own breath. When you're ready, come back to a neutral position, maybe slightly walking the hands closer to the front of the mat. And we'll push back into our first downward facing dog of the evening, making sure to pedal out the feet by straightening one leg at a time. Pushing the weight of our hands into the thumbs and the pointer fingers. settling into your expression of downward facing dog, whether that's with straight knees or bent knees. We'll inhale to slowly walk towards the front of the mat. And as you exhale, we'll fold into our Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. We'll inhale all the way up, bringing the hands above the head. And as we exhale, we'll drop the hands to our side for Tadasana. Option to grab a block here and place it in between the thighs. You might have to walk your feet slightly farther apart. And we'll actively press that block forward by squeezing the glutes and the thighs. And then we'll stand here in our Tadasana, closing down the eyes, actively engaging the legs. And we'll slowly begin to take small circles around on the feet, feeling each and every side of the foot touch the mat. Really grounding here. Finding your balance. Reconnecting with the earth. You can reverse your circles now, going the opposite direction. We're still actively engaging the block if you decided to take that. When you're ready, come back to center. We'll open the eyes and remove any props that you may have taken. Inhale the arms up and over the head. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back, and we'll take our first vinyasa here. We'll inhale to rock forward. Exhale, bend the arms, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale to up dog or cobra. Exhale, pushing it back into downward facing dog. We'll inhale to lift the right leg up and back. Exhale, place the foot in between the hands, adjusting the foot as needed. We'll pivot the back foot so it's parallel with the back of the mat. And we'll straighten the arms, coming into 𝑽𝒊𝒏𝒚𝒂𝒔𝒂 2, Warrior 2. Finding strength here. Making sure that that back arm doesn't drop, but it stays in line with the front arm. The gaze is over the right middle finger. We'll inhale to reverse our warrior, keeping that front knee bent. And as we exhale, we'll cartwheel the arms to the front of the mat. Step both feet back and take a vinyasa. Inhale that right leg up and back. Exhale, place the foot in between the hands. Coming back into our Warrior 2. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And then as you exhale, place the forearm on the right knee, coming into extended side angle. Feeling a stretch in the left side body here. Making sure not to collapse that right side. We're actively creating space. We'll inhale back up to reverse our warrior. And then exhale, cartwheel the arms to the front of the mat. Step the foot back and take a vinyasa. Up and back. Exhale, place the foot in between the hands. Setting up for our Warrior 2 once again. into extended side angle. Inhale, straighten that front leg, bringing the hands to prayer. And we'll bend that back knee, coming into Skandasana towards the back of the mat. Feeling a nice stretch in the right inner thigh. If your left foot isn't flat on the mat, that's okay. You can come onto the tips of your toes. Finding balance here. Making sure that right knee is pointed up towards the ceiling and that right foot is nice and flexed. We'll slowly begin to walk the hands to the front of the mat. Press the right foot back to meet the left, and we'll take a vinyasa here. Inhale the left leg up and back. Exhale, place the foot in between the hands, pivoting the back foot so it's parallel with the back of the mat. And we'll come into our 𝑽𝒊𝒏𝒚𝒂𝒔𝒂 2 on the second side. This time the gaze is over the left middle finger. We'll inhale to flip the front palm and reverse our warrior. As you exhale, cartwheel the arms to the front of the mat. Step the left foot back and take a vinyasa. Inhale that left leg up and back. Exhale, place the foot in between the hands. Coming back into that warrior 2. Finding strength here. Inhale, flip the palm, reverse your warrior. And as you exhale, we'll come into extended side angle on the second side. Creating space in the left side body as we stretch the right side. We'll inhale back up to reverse our warrior. And as we exhale, cartwheel the arms to the front of the mat. Step the left foot back and take a vinyasa. Inhale the left leg up and back. Exhale, place the foot in between the hands. Coming back into warrior 2. Inhale, flip the front palm, reverse your warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale to straighten that front leg, bringing the hands to prayer. And we'll bend that back knee, coming onto Skandasana on the second side. Flexing that left foot, keeping the knee pointed towards the ceiling. This time feeling the stretch in the left inner thigh. We'll inhale to slowly walk towards the front of the mat. Step the left foot back to meet the right, and we'll take a vinyasa here. Inhale the right leg up and back. Exhale, place the foot in between the hands, setting up for our high crescent lunge. We'll take some knee taps here. As you exhale, you'll bring the knee to the mat. Inhale back up for 1. Exhale down. Inhale 2. Exhale down. Inhale 3. Exhale down. Inhale 4. Exhale down. Inhale 5. We'll drop the hands to the vinyasa. Inhale the right leg up and back. Exhale, plant the foot in between the hands, coming back into that high crescent lunge. Finding strength here. On your next exhale, you'll push off that back foot, coming into warrior three pose. The hands can either be in prayer or they can be up towards your ears. Finding balance here. Engaging the glutes to lift that left leg a little higher. And on your next exhale, we'll drop that back leg. We'll bring the hands to the front of the mat. Step the right foot back and take a vinyasa. Inhale the right leg up and back. Exhale, bring the foot in between the hands. Bring the left foot to meet the right. We'll slowly rise up, bringing all of our weight into the left foot, lifting the right, coming into stork pose. We'll slowly begin to open that right hip and then close it. Opening the hip again for 2, close, and opening again one last time. I'll turn towards you so you can see me better. With the hip open, we'll take some toe taps to the knee for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We have 3 variations of tree tonight. If you're a beginner to tree pose, you can keep the toes on the mat and bring the heel of the right foot just above your left ankle. And maybe you stay here. If you want to balance a little bit more, you can bring the foot to the outer side of the shin. Or for my more advanced yogis, you can grab onto that right foot and pull it all the way up to the inner thigh, making sure that the foot is not on the knee. Option to keep the hands in prayer, or you can extend them tall, like the branches of a tree. Really feeling that foot root into the ground. Imagining the earth's energy rising through you, giving you strength and stability. Really opening those arms up tall to the ceiling, stretching the fingertips as if you're trying to gather the sun. Maybe you sway your branches, playing with your balance here. Then come back to center. We'll release that foot slowly. We'll inhale the arms up and over the head. And as we exhale, we'll fold forward. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, drop the hands, step the feet back, and take a vinyasa. We'll inhale to lift the left leg up and back. Exhale, plant the foot in between the hands and slowly rise up into your high crescent lunge. We'll take those knee taps again here. We'll exhale to drop the knee down. Inhale up for 1. Exhale down. Inhale 2. Exhale down. Inhale 3. Exhale down. Inhale 4. Exhale down. Inhale 5. We'll drop the hands to the front of the mat. Step the foot back and take a vinyasa here. and back. Exhale, plant the foot in between the hands. Coming back up into our high crescent lunge. And on our next exhale, we'll push off that back foot, coming into our 𝑽𝒊𝒏𝒚𝒂𝒔𝒂 3, warrior 3. Finding balance here. On your next exhale, we'll drop that back leg. We'll plant the hands, step the left foot back to meet the right, and take a vinyasa. We'll inhale to step or hop to the front of the mat. And as you rise up, we'll shift the weight into the right foot, lifting the left, coming into our stork pose, bringing the hands to prayer. We'll open the hip and then close it. We'll open again, close. Open one last time and hold here. And we'll take those toe taps again for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We'll take tree pose again, whichever variation you took on the first side. You can take that now on the second side. The hands are either in prayer or they're up tall, reaching to the ceiling, reaching for that sun. Rooting the foot into the mat. Maybe you sway your branches in the wind, playing with balance. If you fall out of the posture, that's okay. You can come right back in. You'll notice that one side is a little bit more challenging than the other. If you're swaying your branches in the wind, you can come to stillness now. We'll bring the hands to prayer and we'll slowly release that left leg back to the front of the mat. We'll inhale both arms up and over the head. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back, and we'll take our last vinyasa of the evening. We'll inhale that right leg up and back. And as we exhale, we'll bring the knee to the back of the right wrist, coming into pigeon prep. Option to take a block underneath the right glute if it doesn't touch the mat. We'll lift the chest, and as we exhale, we'll slowly lower down, maybe coming onto the forearms first. If you're feeling really open tonight, you can slowly walk the hands out further, bringing the forehead to the mat. Letting go of any tension you may be holding here. Surrendering to the posture. begin to walk the hands back to the hips, moving any props out of your way. We'll push back into our downward facing dog. Maybe taking some hip circles here to counter the pose. And then settling back into your downward facing dog. We'll inhale to lift that left leg up and back. Exhale, plant the knee behind the wrist. Setting up for pigeon prep on the second side. Taking any props that you need. We'll inhale to lift the chest. Exhale, slowly walking down, coming onto the forearms. Again, option to bring the forehead to the mat. Notice if you're clenching anything. If you're clenching the jaw, gently release. We'll inhale to slowly rise back up, moving any props out of the way. Push back into your downward facing dog, taking any hip circles that you may need here. From our down dog, we'll slowly make ourselves into a seated position. We'll come to boat pose, creating a V shape with the body, engaging the abs here. We'll exhale to come to half boat. Inhale back up to boat. Exhale down. Inhale back up. Exhale down. Inhale back up. Exhale down. Inhale back up. Exhale down and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the ankles back down to the earth. We'll bring the soles of the feet to the mat, setting up for bridge pose. As you inhale, lift the pelvis up towards the ceiling, looking towards the belly button, bringing the shoulder blades together. And then we'll exhale to slowly release the spine back down. We'll inhale to lift the pelvis. Maybe this time you clasp the hands behind your back, rolling the shoulder blades closer to one another, engaging the glutes. And then exhale back down. Option to take bridge one last time, or you can come into wheel if that's in your practice. If you're coming into wheel, you can bring the hands behind your ears now and slowly push off the feet first, and then the hands coming into your wheel. If you're taking bridge, you can take bridge now. Whichever posture you're in, you can slowly begin to come back down onto the mat. your right leg up and we'll cross the ankle over the left thigh. And then we'll open the body to the left, coming into a spinal twist. Bringing the arms to cactus and having the gaze over to the right side. Maybe closing down the eyes. We'll inhale back up to center, uncrossing the legs. This time crossing the left ankle on top of the right leg. Then we'll open up towards the right side of the room. Bringing the hands back into cactus. Closing the eyes again. We'll inhale back up to center, uncrossing the legs. And then we'll bring the soles of the feet together, creating a diamond shape with the legs for 𝑽𝒊𝒏𝒚𝒂𝒔𝒂. The hands can either be wide off the mat, or you can have one hand on the stomach and one hand on the heart. And we'll gently close down the eyes here. Focus this class around tree pose to represent personal growth. We're constantly growing and evolving as people, spiritually, mentally, and physically. And sometimes we can feel like we're stuck or we're getting trapped in our old ways. But just know that those feelings are only temporary, and you can consciously grow as a person. By being aware of your old patterns. Option to stay here in Supta Baddha Konasana, or you can extend the legs long on the mat, opening the arms wide, coming into your Shavasana. Finding stillness in the body. Focusing on the breath. If at any point the mind begins to wander here in your Shavasana, whatever you're thinking of, you can imagine it on a cloud and visualize that cloud floating away. And then let the mind become still. Slowly begin to bring gentle movements back into the body by wiggling the fingers and the toes. Maybe rolling out the wrists and the ankles. We'll inhale to lift the arms up and over the head, getting a nice good morning stretch here. And as you exhale, we'll bring the knees in towards the chest and we'll give ourselves a nice hug. Thanking the body for all that it does for us. And thanking yourself for being here on your mat today. We'll roll onto our right side, coming into a fetal position. Shavasana often represents death of the old self, whereas fetal position represents birth of the new self. As humans, we're constantly evolving. We're letting go of the past, letting go of old habits, and creating space for our new self to flourish. We'll push off our left hand, coming up to a seated position, closing the eyes down. I found this quote that I thought went perfectly well with today's practice. It goes, "I am grounded. My spirit is grounded deep in the earth. I am calm, strong, centered, and peaceful. I am able to let go of fear and trust that I am eternally safe. I am worthy of all things beautiful." As you leave class here today, I hope that you remember how loved you are and how safe you are. And I hope that you can continue to work to grow as a person and find love within yourself. So that way you can spread that love and growth with others. We'll inhale the arms up and over the head. Exhale, bring them to prayer. The light in me honors the light in each and every one of you. Namaste, yogis.